class over at Disability Resources called Kinese 111. It's basically like physical therapy, except we get a Kinese credit for it. So that's 2 days a week, and then maybe about once a week I like to go to the cardio room in my dorm and use the arm cycle. And I have a walker that sometimes I just use in the hallway back in my class.
So how do you feel about the workout locations on campus, like all of them, whichever ones you end up going to?
I go to the cardio room sometimes, which is upstairs in the SDRP, which is part of the Aikenberry North, right next to Nugent. That is a really nice facility. It has automatic doors and everything, and they have the arm cycle, which is one of the most universal pieces of equipment, and you can just roll the wheelchair right up to it and you don't have to get out. And they have different adaptive accessories that you can put on the handles of the arm cycle if you're having trouble using your hands. And then the gym over at Disability Resources obviously has a lot of good equipment, and they have a lot of good supervision, which is a key issue for a lot of people with disabilities. And I have not had a chance to come over much to the arcade part because it's hard for me to travel here, and also I have to be careful about large numbers of people when I'm out of the chair because I do not have good balance, and you know what happens there. Services department has done a good job of, taking us around with the physical therapist and showing us which equipment we can use and making us aware of the Kinese 111 class. And when I came here during orientation week, the ARC actually had the students at Beckwith come and take a look at the facilities. So they were good in that respect, but I'd say a lot of the reason I'm aware of the exercise program is because I have the connection to the Beckwith program. So I'd say the people who are not part of the Beckwith program but still have physical disabilities, they could maybe do a better job publicizing the opportunities. And I know that the ARC has really tried this year to start cooperating back with a little bit more to do some programs. Like we recently had a cooking and rock climbing thing over here. We had a swimming thing earlier in the year, and I know we have another thing in the spring. And then the campus rec is helping us out with our ice skating program in December. So I think it's good that they're trying to support us a little bit more through these rec programs.
I'd like to thank you for all the information that you gave us. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sonia Peters. I was wondering what sports do you play?
I'm David Grassi, and I play wheelchair track and wheelchair basketball.
Can I get a little background about that and how you began to do it and why you wanted to do it?
Well, I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri, so about 3 hours south of here, and I had another kid that was in a wheelchair about a mile up the road, and he was in wheelchair basketball and track, so he told me about it, and I decided, let's try it out, and now I'm hooked. So,
how did you... how did you know how to use exercise equipment when you had to start training? Or did you have someone helping you in that?
Since I started when I was like about 7 or 8, so I had coaches and like older people on the team that could help me. Because like there are some people that are like don't really have coaches because they're like not in like a big city where all wheelchair sports are. So I was fortunate enough to be from a big city. So.
Okay, so when you got to UIC, did you think they had the appropriate equipment for you to help you continue training as far as Cersei and the ARC go?
Well, I did a campus tour here, so I toured Drez and they showed me like the accessible gym. And then also wheelchair basketball, we practiced at the ARC actually. And I've actually never worked out like in the gym like downstairs, but I've seen some equipment there and it seems pretty accessible. So as of Cersei, I've swam in the pool, but that's about it.
So you would say it is convenient, and many people who are in wheelchairs can access it easily and would know about it.
Yeah, I would say most people would. Like, if I needed to, I could go in there and lift weights. Usually it's easier to do.
Y'all ready for this?